Hey folks, Globetrotter Chris here with GlobetrotterChris.com. I just wanted to go and make another short video and wanted to enter it into a different section of my website, which is actually on traveling to the Middle East. And as many of you may know, we just returned from our fantastic trip to Egypt, and I wanted to interview my travel mate on traveling to the Middle East. And so I had some questions for you. Is that all right, sir?
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So I had some questions. First question. Was this your first trip to the Middle East?
Yes, it was. I've been other places, but this was actually my first time to the Middle East. Yes.
Fantastic. And prior to taking the trip, what was your perception of traveling to the Middle East?
My perception was that it was something that probably needed to be investigated more than just going to your average destination. It just had an air of precaution to it, but yeah, I just thought that maybe I needed to research it a lot more than I would any other normal trip.
Okay. And what was your main concern with this particular trip to the Middle East?
Main concern, I guess, would be safety would be my main concern, but also just would I enjoy going there not knowing a whole lot about the Middle East. But mainly it was mostly safety. Yeah, that was pretty much my main concern.
Wonderful. After having gone on this trip now and returning, and about a month has passed since then, when you reflect back, what was one thing that stands out that you perhaps didn't like or that you viewed as a con in the trip?
I can't say that there was any one thing per se I could say. The thing, looking back at the trip, the one thing that it was extremely hot for the time of the year that we were there. So if I had to pick any one thing as a con, if you would, I guess it would just be that just be aware that it can get very, very hot there if you're not used to that type of climate.
I would agree. And next question is, would you go back to Egypt?
Yes, I would. I think I would go back, and especially now because I know a little bit more about the history. I'm unfortunately or fortunately, whichever, I'm not one of those types of people that do a whole lot of pre-investigative work or pre-research about a place. So now that I've gone there and I know a little bit about it, it would be more interesting. I guess I would appreciate it more, or knowing a little bit more now about the history and going back and actually seeing it again and knowing a little bit more about what I'm actually looking at.
Okay, and outside of Egypt, would you go to other Middle Eastern countries now?
I think, yes, I would go. Again, there's always going to be the first question about the safety. So I would go, but I would definitely do, again, a lot more research about the country probably.
Okay, fantastic. So just wanted to recap, folks. So as you stated that, prior to going to a Middle Eastern trip, safety seems to be a big concern with anyone and everyone going in that part of the world. And so do your research on the safety. Reach out to resources, people who have been there. You can always contact me directly. I have some information on that. And as he did say, really be careful about the time of year that you are going. Their weather in what would be our summer months is extreme there. And we were there in October, and in the southern part of Egypt, it was extremely hot. And had we gone maybe a month or two later, it probably would have been a little more pleasant weather-wise. As you said, I would go back as well in a heartbeat. Not just Egypt, but Israel and any other Middle Eastern country that is welcoming Western tourists, especially Americans, okay? Well, I want to thank my travel mates. I appreciate you allowing me to interview you. And again, this is Globetrotter Chris with GlobetrotterChris.com, okay? Take care. Bye.